did not have personal contact with people.
Wow, man.
You know, we took that for granted. Everybody be on Facebook, everybody be on Instagram and all that. But now, since that's almost the only way you can responsibly communicate, it feels different when you can't go out to a spot, you can't gather together, you can't go to a restaurant. You know what I mean?
Wow, man.
Right.
Yeah, Lanier, it's on you, homie.
Yeah, piggybacking off that, like, you know, you're saying like in the industry, I deal with a lot of people in the music industry and going around and seeing them and being interacting with them because it's all about it's always about what you know, what you don't know. I'm getting an echo, my bad.
I got you. My fault.
Yeah, but it's all about who you know. It's not all the time about what you know because you have to interact and get with those people. Just like we share different schemes or different techniques on how we play football, and it's really been affecting us because on my standpoint, I had a few friends that I went to college with who also got corona and they beat the corona, you know, made it through. But just recently, I had a cousin a little older with my mom's age group who passed from COVID, and it really hurts me to go through, you know, these days because you have people passing and you have these families who talk about, oh, we lost our mom or we lost our dad or we lost our, you know, child or anything like that. And they're not even letting them see the bodies. And, you know, at one point they wouldn't even let them do the proper burial or funeral or whatever they may want to do. And it's like, you're like taking that out of the life of the people and the love because now you're doing these Facebook streaming live videos of funerals and, you know, you don't have that same effect as saying, you know, I love you, goodbye, thank you for everything you taught me in this world, you know, and it just sucks because just like I was very upset and I didn't really want to, and, you know, I had to talk to my team about it, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I want to do this football camp. I haven't missed a camp and all these years I've been in the NFL, this community raised me. I just want to be able to give back to my community and give back to all the other people that have helped me along the way. And for me having to shut that down, it just really took a toll on me and I had to sit back and, you know, I had kids messaging me in the DM, like, what do I need to do? How do I need to get here? And it really sucks out because some of those kids that are calling me are seniors in high school. And these kids need to be able to get on the field and be in the film room. They need to be able to get in the weight room and develop their game so they can move on. Because just like me, one of the biggest blessings I could have gave to my mama at the time when I was coming out of high school was letting her sign my full ride scholarship to Alabama A&M University. That's some kids' way out. And that just, I feel for them and I feel strongly about it. Like, we have to do better as people, period, point blank, no matter what color you is, you know, gender, whatever, however you classify yourself. We just need to do better as people to get to the point where we can get back the world back moving and moving in a better direction. Because also, I don't understand how hands-on this virtual reality classroom is going to be. Because for me, it took for my teachers, my coaches to get on me and be like, pay attention, make sure you got your homework, or you're going to get disciplined if you don't do this. Because sometimes the teachers was more hard on you than your mama was. And I'm like, wow, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just went through everything in life and I have teachers still calling me and to this day checking on me and making sure, hey, make sure you keep your head on straight, make sure you stay humble, make sure you be respectful. And I'm like, well, you know, I got raised by my mama. They like, look, I'm your mama too. I'm like, okay, you're right. So I let them have it. But that's the biggest thing that I'm hurting for these children for and the people around the country because they can't get that love or attention that they need.
I do want y'all to realize that I done figured out a way to Jimmy rig the system, and we are being broadcast live on YouTube, and then via YouTube we being broadcast live on Facebook. So all the Facebook haters thought they were gonna stop this thing from happening. I'm gonna find me a way to get around.
Yes, sir.
Hey, the revolution will be televised.
Yes, sir.
The revolution will be televised.
Climb a back door.
That's a bulldog for you.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
All right. Be careful of that bulldog now. You know, warriors.
Hey, I'm not a bulldog at all.
He a rebel.
Okay.
He a rebel. But okay, so Anthony, I'm saying, so this is gonna be my last question because then I'm gonna give it to my co-host because my job was to mediate until all that stuff went down. And I did my job, so now I got to do the technical backdoor, the other stuff now. So with that being said, what is one of the major challenges you think? And y'all might have hit on it before, and I was trying to do other things. what is one of the major things that is going to change completely in 2021? Because I tell people this all the time. We ain't never going back to normal.
Right.
We ain't never going back to normal. What do you think is going to change completely? That's going to be totally different in 2021 that we're experiencing now, that's going to be adversely effective in the future?
In my personal opinion, I feel like it's going to be another struggle year in 2021, even if we have the corona getting back off of everything and we're going back steady, because we had so many people lose jobs. People had to let go, and these companies had to get rid of it. And if you were self-sufficient, as like, you know, we got our own entrepreneurs, you had nothing to really base yourself off if you weren't prepared for a drastic situation like this to happen. And that's what we're going to be missing next year. And then we're going to have to stick together and come together as people to help and understand. Like, you know, big discussions has always been people getting money for just to have. If you already have money and you have enough money to make sure that your family is good and make sure that your kids are taken care of and that you have everything that you possibly need, not want, be able to go out and help others and make sure that they have what they need, so we can show that we care as a people. Because right now, even with my team, I'm talking about, let's do a turkey drive for Thanksgiving, you know, because 2020 has been rough on everybody. I'm talking about, it's not one person who hasn't felt 2020. Even Donald Trump, he thought he was good and clever. You see what happened to him. He ran here with no mask, and the next thing you know, he masked up. But that's another story. But you know what I'm saying? Like, but that's the biggest things that's going to be going on right now that's going to be detrimental and changing for us. And one good benefit that was going to come out, there's going to be a lot more people clean and behind themselves now. Because fellas, y'all help me out on this. How many times have you been in the bathroom, the man walk out the bathroom, don't push that water hose out there? You know what I'm saying? Like, man, come on, man. You can't wash your hands, bro. Like, all right, now, you let me see what you touch so I can get on out of here. I'm scared to touch the doorknob. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it'll definitely bring a sense of awareness and more have people paying more attention to what's going on in the surroundings in the community, and also in politics, because a lot of people have been able to sit down, actually relax, and be more political voice and opinionated on this. Oh, and don't forget to get out there and vote, just by the way. But another thing about it is, it gave the opportunity to men and women of every age who have children to actually sit down and be that father, that mother, understand that child, be there to understand what they're saying and what they're feeling, what's going on. Because a lot of the times we're working so hard that we don't get to see our children. We don't get to embrace them as much. We don't get to show them the love and nurturement that we had, may have been from a mother, father, or be a grandparent or grandfather. You know what I'm saying? It's not all bad, people. And that's what I'm gonna tell them. So don't count your blessings until you get all your blessings and you keep blessing somebody else to keep passing it on. You know what I'm saying? Keep it going, because everything that you're going through right now, it was for a reason. God said to us that we need to slow down everything right quick, reevaluate how you're living. You know, you get your people out there working out and dropping weight and everything. Hey, you ain't paying enough attention to your kids. Stay at home for a little while. Yeah, I'm gonna let you work. I'm gonna make you making money. Oh, I'm gonna say no. You know what? I need your full, undivided attention to be here for this child, and I actually got to get on you because I need you to get on your child so he can be who I wanted him to be, who I created. And that's the biggest part of it that I just love about having this time.
Boy, the NFL got them a new chaplain. I love it.
Let the church say,
yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Big Rube, it's on you, homie. What you got for me?
Well, as far as you saying, just how it's going to affect stuff, period, or just adversity?
I'm just looking at, adversity. You know, how our mind frames are going to be affected.
Well, it's my opinion, man. This is my opinion right here. Every generation got something that kind of, you got to get, everybody got a scar. Every generation got something that scarred their generation. You know what I'm saying? Whether it was, you got World War II, you got Vietnam, you got, you know what I'm saying? Even if you know what I'm saying, in Atlanta, we had, missing and murdered, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. We had, they call us Generation X, like we weren't going to make it to 25, so cats was like acting like they deserved a trophy when they made it to 25. You know what I'm saying? Like,
wow.
And now with what they call the millennials or whatever, they got COVID. scar their generation. But it's just like, this ain't the first outbreak of a disease, bro. This is a
Right
well,
now, right.
They've been outbreaking diseases, and then they eventually beat it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's eventually they have inoculation. You get that shit, the COVID shot, just like you get your flu and your rest of it to go to school. You know what I'm saying? Like, but my main thing is this: to see a great positive effect. Well, I just can't see Donald Trump getting reelected, like, unless, some really crazy people at the polls. But what Donald Trump did, bro, was eliminate Barack's pandemic committee that he put together. He had a committee in place for this, with protocols that would automatically go into place. Everything would have been on lock. COVID wouldn't have been able to get this far, but he eliminated it, period. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't hear that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
And you see the effects of it. You know what I'm saying? Now, as soon as he lose, you know what I'm saying, put something like that back in place, you know what I'm saying, we start back getting it down. Because I'm going to tell you something, anytime somewhere like China, who got 1 billion people, can get that shit under control, we have no excuse.
Preach.
Right. It's not no billion, you know what I'm saying? We got less than a third of the amount of people that they have. It's a person every 3 millimeters in China, but they ain't having cases we got. So how is that? Because they're educated on this type of thing. They got something break out every, bird flu or whatever.
Right.
That shit break out. They throw their mask on, they social distance, bam, and then they, medically figure it out, and then next thing they back moving. But it's because they take it serious. See, people want to blame. You can't just blame the government, because you don't need you grown. You don't need nobody to tell you that you need to not go out and spread disease. You don't need nobody to tell you not to go to a restaurant. You don't need nobody to tell you to put the mask on. Like they done told you, like, you don't need. It doesn't have to be a law for you to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, why do they have to threaten you with getting locked up or getting a fine? You know what I'm saying? For your own health.
Exactly.
Like really, just be. I mean, if we can't do it because that's what's good and what should be done, then come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Nature is strong to survive.
Correct.
Survival of the fittest. You know what I'm saying? That's straight up.